Have you ever noticed how some people seem to sprint to their first million, while others get stuck trying to break past six figures? It's not about luck, and it's not about working harder. There is a hidden psychological barrier that makes your first $100,000 feel like climbing Mount Everest in flip-flops. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what that barrier is and how to smash through it. Stick around, because what I'm about to share will change the way you think about money forever. Most people think making money is a straight line. You save a little, invest a little, and it just grows. But the reality is more like trying to get a rocket off the ground. The first few feet require an insane amount of energy, more than the rest of the journey into orbit. That first 100,000 is your financial launch sequence. It's where you fight the strongest gravitational pull of your old habits, your limiting beliefs, and society's expectations. Let's talk about Sarah. Sarah's a graphic designer. She's talented, works hard, and makes a decent salary, around $60,000 a year, for 5 years. She's been trying to save up to 100,000. She saves a few hundred here, 1,000 there. But then life happens. The car needs a new transmission. A surprise medical bill arrives. A friend gets married on the other side of the country. Suddenly, her savings account, which was slowly climbing, gets knocked back down. It feels like taking 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. Her net worth hovers around $20,000, $30,000, maybe $40,000, but it just can't seem to break through that ceiling. Does this sound familiar? This isn't a failure of willpower. It's a failure of systems. When you have a small amount of money, it has very little power on its own. $100 in a savings account might earn you a couple of dollars a year. It's not working for you, it's just sitting there, vulnerable to inflation and emergencies. Your income from your job is the only engine you have. And that engine can only do so much. You're manually pushing a boulder uphill. It's exhausting, and the moment you let go, it rolls right back down. This is the phase 1 called financial gravity. At this stage, every dollar is precious because it was earned with your direct time and effort. This creates a psychological trap. We become afraid to lose it. We get scared of investing because the stock market feels like a casino. We are hesitant to start a side hustle because what if it fails and we waste the little seed money we have? This fear keeps our money small and safe, but also weak and unproductive. You're playing defense with your money, not offense. The first 100,000 is so hard because it requires a complete mindset shift. You have to go from being just a saver to an investor and an owner. It's not just about cutting expenses. You can't coupon your way to wealth. It's about building new engines. Let's go back to Sarah. After 5 years of frustration, she realized her salary alone wasn't going to cut it. The boulder was too heavy. So, she started building a second, smaller engine. She began offering freelance branding packages to small businesses on the side. In the first year, it was tough. She made an extra $5,000. It wasn't life-changing money, but it was something. That $5,000 didn't go towards a vacation or a new phone. It went straight into a low-cost index fund. The next year, her freelance business grew. She made $10,000. Again, she invested it all. Now, something magical started to happen. Not only was she adding more from her side hustle, but the money she had already invested was starting to grow on its own. It was small at first, maybe an extra $1,000 a year from market returns. But now she had 3 engines: her job, her side business, and her investments. The boulder wasn't just being pushed by her anymore. It had its own momentum. This is the escape velocity point. $100,000 is that critical mass. At that point, assuming a conservative 7% annual return, your money can generate $7,000 a year on its own. That's almost $600 a month, passively. That's a car payment. That's your grocery bill. That's more than what many people are able to save in a year. Your money is now a part-time employee working for you 24/7, and it never calls in sick. The path from 0 to 100,000 is a brutal grind. It's a fight against your own psychology, a battle against lifestyle inflation, and a test of your ability to build systems. It forces you to learn skills you were never taught in school: how to sell, how to manage risk, how to delay gratification, and most importantly, how to make your money work for you. You're not just building wealth, you're building a new version of yourself. Think of it like this. The first 100,000 teaches you the how. How to earn, how to save, how to invest. Once you've built those muscles and those systems, the next 100,000 is almost automatic. You're no longer fighting gravity, you're using it. The journey from 100,000 to 200,000 is infinitely easier than from 0 to 100,000. And the journey to 1,000,000. It's just a matter of time and consistency, because you've already done the hardest part. You've achieved liftoff. So, why is this so important to understand? Because if you're stuck in that grind right now, feeling like you're on a hamster wheel, I want you to know that it's the hardest it will ever be. Don't give up. The struggle is the price of admission to financial freedom. You are forging the skills and the discipline that will serve you for the rest of your life. Instead of just trying to save more, ask yourself, how can I build another engine? Can you start a small side business? Can you develop a skill that increases your main income? Can you automate your investments so you aren't tempted to touch them? You have to move from being a passenger in your financial life to being the pilot. Stop focusing on the dollar amount in your bank account and start focusing on the systems you are building to grow it. The first 100,000 isn't the goal. It's the launchpad. It's the proof that you've figured out the formula. Once you have the formula, you can apply it over and over again with less and less effort. The reason so many people fail to reach this milestone is because they quit during the launch sequence. They see the smoke and the fire and the violent shaking, and they think something is wrong. But that's what it feels like to break free from financial gravity. It is supposed to be hard. That difficulty is what keeps everyone else on the ground. If you've made it this far, you're clearly serious about changing your financial future. What I've shared today is just the beginning. The next step is a secret I only share with people who are truly committed. If you want to know what that is, subscribe to the channel and share this video with one person who you think needs to hear it. Once you've done that, the next step will reveal itself. Thanks for watching.